What's going on, everybody? And welcome back to yet again another Getting to Know the Artist. I'm your host, Wiggles, and today we have Dankest Magic. I don't see your name badge thing. It might be because I got this pinned, huh? Oh, there it is. Dankest with us
Oh,
today, and we're going to get to know him. What's going on, man?
what's up, man? Whoop whoop. Appreciate you having me.
Yes, sir. See who we got in here. Insane Lycan. We got Lumberjack. We got Nate. What's up?
Yeah.
Be sure. Oh, we got Evil Cook. Well, I don't know. Might take him a second to come back around. Be sure to smash that like button. And especially you, if you're watching this on the replay, you count more than you know you do. So it's a small gesture from you, a big favor to me and the YouTube algorithm. It shoots it out, get some more people in here, get some more views on it after it goes live. So thank you. Without further ado, we're going to jump right in with what is your name, where was you born and raised, and where do you currently live now?
So my real name is Jeremy Quinn. Uh, I'm in Dankest Magic. A lot of people know me as Ned and Boy, because I like kind of carry that alias. But I was born in Fort Smith, Virginia, but I didn't really live there that long. It's kind of like a military town or whatever. And then I moved to Columbia, South Carolina, which is where I grew up. And then I moved away instead of building power plants and just working. And now I'm in Mississippi, but usually I'm in Florida. My job moved me over to Mississippi, so I'm over here.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
what do you do for work then?
I work on solar fields, like the big solar panel fields that you see. I'm an electrician out there, so I work on the met stations and the brains of it that kind of tells it when to go into stow mode if it's too windy or all this shit to do. You know what I mean? It's like the brains of the whole system.
No shit,
Yeah, it's
dude.
weird.
That's
Yeah, it's weird.
cool.
Yeah, it's wild.
Yeah. I can't work on no shit like that. So you must be pretty damn smart, and you've moved a little bit. That's what's up. And your work has you moving. Where out of all the places you just said, where would you prefer to just live?
I think that's like a loaded question, but I would definitely say I like Florida and Ohio. As far as the places I've been, like Ohio's just got the best scene. Everyone up there is real chill, and
Right.
uh, and then like you can grow weed now there legally. That's pretty big. So
Right.
Florida, you gotta buy the state shit. You know what I mean? So it's
Yeah.
kind of like.
THCA.
Well, it's still like PHCA, but it's like you're spending so much money instead of just doing it yourself, you know?
Yeah. 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 I get
Yeah.
it. Um, is the music scene anything down in Florida? Like you hear all kinds of crazy horror stories about Florida, and obviously it's the furthest south that you can be, and yada yada. But is there a music scene for the underground at all there?
Not so much the underground, but you can catch like raves and stuff here that are pretty good. And then they're about to have Rockville over in Daytona, I think, in like a week, like 2 weeks or something. So
Yeah, an ICP on that.
yeah, ICP's on that thing.
Yeah, that's what's up. All right, man. I appreciate you elaborating on those questions. The second one I got for you is: are you a juggalo? How long have you been down and/or discovered yourself? And do you consider yourself a juggalo rapper? A lot of people don't like being put in a box. So, what's your take on that?
Yeah, I'm definitely a juggalo. I've been down since probably like 95 or 96. I was young, so it's really hard to tell the exact date, but I got into it around Riddlebox Ringmaster, and then I got into Great Malenko, obviously. Like everyone loves Great Malenko, but it was like that was what kind of kick started me really loving ICP. And then when Amazing Jekyll Brothers was coming out, it was like the height of my teenage years. I was like 12 or 13. I have to go back and look, but then I was a teenager, had a wrestling ring in my backyard. So like I had a lot of cool things surrounding like all that. So I was really hyped on Amazing Juggle Brothers.
Hell yeah.
So yeah,
And then
and I'm definitely a Juggalo rapper. I'm definitely a Juggalo rapper. I don't even know if I'm a good Juggalo rapper. If there's such definitely a good Juggalo rappers. I don't know if I'm one, but I like that one. So
right. Hell yeah, that's cool. I don't have too many people come up here and say they are in fact a juggalo rapper. I think I've had a handful, they're like I'm a juggalo and I rap four or two juggalos, so I guess I would
yeah,
be. Some people try to make it out to be a bad thing, like it's keeping you down and from furthering your career. I don't know. I'm proud to be a juggalo. I'll always be proud, and if I rap, I'd probably call myself a juggalo rapper. And it doesn't matter because you can also touch down on other genres. Like a title is just a title, man.
right. I mean, honestly, I think constraints are built through like where you're doing the best at. If you're doing good in a certain place, then stick at it. If you're having fun with it, stick at it. But if not, then who cares? If for yourself as an artist, you know?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Folks that are in here right now, please hit that like button. It's a small gesture from you, a big favor to me and the YouTube algorithm. Gets us some more homies in here for him. Start thinking of questions for this man, too. Um, all right. Yeah. Okay.
You want
So
to throw in
what?
here, baby?
Oh, what up,
Yeah.
whoop whoop? What inspired you to start making music? Like, what was the switch that, hey, I want to do this, I think I can do it, and I'm going to try?
So I got in a car wreck. I was coming back from work and I rolled my van on I-10 and I broke my neck. And so like I came back just feeling different. Like I wanted to do something with myself. I just didn't know what. So I decided I was gonna start messing around with my Nintendo Switch on this Cord Gadget app. And so I started making beats on a Nintendo Switch. Like that's what started me in on it. And then I
That's
switched over
awesome.
to it. Yeah, I switched over to an iPad and started like kind of taking it a little more seriously. And then I knew I wanted to hire in some people and like get some people on my beats. So I just started really looking for the underground rappers on like who I thought would fit my beats and would even be willing to get on them. They're very different. So I think
Right.
there's always this time in your career or whatever you want to call it, your whatever it is. You're gonna go through this moment where it's a transition between not knowing a thing to trying to become yourself and what you want. So your sound's going to be way different at the beginning. You're going to sound like shit, but eventually you're going to find the way you want. Like I'm sure it's the same with you doing these interviews. At first they were real rocky, and now you found out how to kind of keep them moving along. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, man. I can't believe well, now you're number 103, which is
That's crazy.
crazy.
Yeah, that's
I've
insane.
only I've only been doing the interviews, like the channel's older, but I've only been doing the interviews for like 7, 8 months now. Like I
Yeah,
started a
yeah,
month or two after the gathering
yeah. I remember
last
you kind
year
of
or whatever.
you got the aquatics channel too. I was kind of watching you do stuff
Right.
on that too.
Absolutely. I do the arts and craft stuff or whatever on
Yeah,
the side. Real
yeah.
quick, I got to shout out this man. Woody Woo Wiggles loves you. Whoop, whoop. That's my homie. That's my brother from another mother. But yeah, okay. Let's see here. Next question is who do you look up to in the music industry? Maybe underground and mainstream, or if it's just mainstream artists or whatever, that's
Well,
cool too.
well, clearly ICP. I mean, they just created all of this for us. Uh, so I would definitely say they're massive. I like a lot of my artist friends like Dak, Brian Red. Um, I mean, I look up to them, Tom Wood. And then as far as like artists, like rappers and stuff go, I would say Scum, Darby O'Trill, Obi Trice, but Ouija Mac, fucking Enoch, Ex Mortis, Cartoon, Bondurant, Bit Chris, Nate XL, all my homies over in Acid Cult, all my homies in LSP. Chapter 17, Sinister Minded Music. There's like camps that I really like to listen to and mess with because I like the people in those camps, and then I like the music they put out as well. You know, so.
Right,
But
right.
if I had to
Absolutely.
really, if I had to narrow it down to like one person, I don't know, maybe Scum. I really like Scum. I think Scum is probably one of the better people I've dealt with, and just he's really done a lot to help move uh,
And
underground core hop forward. You
yeah,
know,
Scum's got a different voice, and I don't know if that's because he's what, like German or something. He has,
yeah,
yeah, yeah, and he has just that, I don't know, that growl that's a little different than anybody else's growl. And yeah, I fuck with
he,
Scum.
he's definitely hard to understand all of it when you first start listening to him, but once you get used to his voice and his low tones and stuff, because he's got a lower voice, he doesn't have like a higher voice like some of these guys. It's easy to read, but once you hear the voice
Right.
he's saying, this dude is writing some of the crazy. He's like the Yoda of
Scum is
underground.
Russian, is what Nate said.
Space
Okay, I
Russian,
knew it
Space
was
Russian.
something.
Yeah, his name's Ivan, but yeah,
Yeah.
he's definitely like the Yoda. Like he raps in this crazy ass style where he's like saying this thing in this weird ass way that's like, oh my god, he just told me some philosophical shit while talking about killing people,
Right, right.
throwing heads on spikes and shit.
Hell yeah. Um, okay, so are there any current projects in the works? Like, what's next? What are you working on? Do you have any shows? You working on any CDs, EPs, features? Well, anything? Just what's in the works? What's new for you?
So right now, I've been working with all these artists, putting out this album that I'm trying to build. It's a 52 song album, which is more like a discography, but it's meant to be a deck of cards, like a Joker's deck. So I've got Clockwork E on 4 songs of mine. I've got Nate XL on hopefully 4, but by the time it's done, but he's on 1 or 2 right now. We got fucking Scum. We've got IP, Darby O'Trill, Vic Chris, all these people. So beyond that, I also did that cipher with you and Evil Cook. That was pretty dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty dope. And then I've got a show coming up with Scum, 15th and 16th. We'll be in Orlando and we'll be in Atlanta. It's called the Set the Tone Tour with AZ the Fallen, who's also in Acid Cult with us.
All right. Send me the flyer after this, and if I haven't already, or if somebody hasn't already, I'll share it in my group or whatever, and try to share it out for y'all.
Yeah, for sure. Appreciate
Um,
that. Man.
Sounds like you're doing a lot, man. I didn't even know for like the longest minute that you rapped or whatever. I just thought you were family, dude, and everybody
Right.
knew you and you were around. And then, yeah, we ended up on that track together. And I also want to say it was never personal that I didn't like just instantly get you on here for an interview. I just try to
Thank
stay
you.
with the 3 or more songs, and hell, you had more than that, I think, and that was my fault for not doing my due diligence or whatever. But
Well, I'm not really to a point to promote myself yet because I'm trying to record all these professionally. So everyone else's parts sound really good, but I really hadn't found my voice whenever I first started talking to you. I only had like 2 songs right then. And most of the stuff that was good on those songs were features from other people. My parts are not good in those songs, but it takes a while to kind of get where you want to be. And I'm getting there. I'm almost there. I've only been doing it for about a year and a half now, but I made a
yeah,
lot of connections and I networked with a lot of people. And then the gathering was just such an amazing experience. I got to meet you and a bunch of the homies. So I don't know, man.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I made a
And
lot of
you're going
progress this
this
year.
year?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I'm
I
in
already
my
got my
truck right
ticket
now.
in.
I'm in my truck right
Yeah.
now. This thing's crazy. It's like a truck port. That's all my art. Brian Red. There's all my
Fuck yeah.
and then that's the roof.
All them slaps, baby.
Uh, these metal bars.
That's what's up.
Yeah, it's a
Uh,
Juggalos.
WMM Billy said, I got a verse feature for you, Dankest, if you want to hit me up.
Yeah, for sure, man. I will after this. I'm trying to get like I've got about 30 people on this album right now, and like I said, everybody's paired up. So like you either got 2 or 4 songs, like pairs of cards in a deck. I got Smalls one, Mike Tech. Like I said, I could name drop for this whole fucking interview. So it'd be
Bro,
cool to
that's
get
no,
some other
that's beautiful. That's real. That's you putting in work. You're making
right.
the connections. You're getting it all lined up. So when you start releasing shit, bro,
Yeah.
you watch out. That's dope, man.
Yeah, it's
I
gonna be
wish you
fun,
the
man.
best with it.
I
And
really just wanted
sorry, go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you
I
off.
was
I'm sitting
I
here
was
trying to load this one hitter.
yeah, I was just gonna say, man, I really just wanted to get myself out as a beat maker, but then it became this whole other thing that I started really enjoying it and stuff. And like, if you're gonna do something like this, you gotta enjoy it. If not, just release singles and just kind of keep your thing going. But if you're
Right.
trying to do something weird, then just stick to it because it's not gonna be easy. You don't want to give up.
So hear me out. Everybody would like to, become successful on their music and you potentially even live off of it. But you're smart. You're doing that solar panel shit. So I'm assuming you're not like. Is the goal to live off of it, or is it just for fun, a side thing, side income? It's actually just a hobby, a passion. That's what you enjoy doing.
I think there's a potential in everyone that I brought in on my project. Like I think Clockwork has amazing potential, Siamese Goats, all the LSPs, everyone,
Yeah.
even the underground guys I'd be bringing in that are my homies. I think all of them bring something to the table. So like, if it's promoted right and it gets out right, it has just as much potential as these other guys. I think the difference is once I start moving into using other people's beats, it's gonna be this weird thing for me. I already kind of do with Thick Chris, but I'm gonna try to get some Deborah beats and some like Trainwreck Kenny beats and some Ill Fortune, Mike Tech, etc. But I want to build this other album that has me with these artists, so it's gonna be like I was never the beat maker. It's gonna be different, but the
Right.
ultimate goal for me was just to sit back and make beats and sell beats, but I found out how hard it really is to do these certain things, man. Like everybody's making beats, and a lot of these guys are making beats that people want. You know, they're honing in, and they've been doing it for 8, 10 years. They're really good, so, and
Right,
they're
right,
not really making a living off of it. They're adding to their living from it.
right. It's a supplemented income to go with your regular whatever 9 to 5 or whatever it is you're doing or whatever.
Exactly.
Just
Which usually goes right back into itself. It's kind of like the fish
right.
project or whatever things I've done. You always put it back into it. Let it
Absolutely.
get better.
Shout out Mike Tech, fucking Thick Chris. I've had them on there. Mike Tech recently, Thick Chris like
Yeah, dude.
4 months ago. Like those are some killer dudes. So I just want to give them a little shout out as you
Yeah,
mention
dude.
them.
Yeah, Thick Chris is
Uh,
actually he's gonna mix and master all 52 of these songs. So he's gonna take everybody and kind of give them that spicy little upgrade.
right.
It's gonna be fun at the end. I'll Some of the songs will be a little more like Thuggalo, and then some will be more clown, like old school Mikey Clark beats. But it's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
All
interesting.
right. All right.
I've been told hard nose by a lot of people on some of these beats. We got it finished.
Hell
Yeah, bro.
yeah.
Like,
Made
yo,
it
I'm not.
work.
Yeah, they're like, nah, that's something else. We made it, man.
All right. That's dope, man. What's your favorite song that you've made so far?
Um, I think that like kind of it's hard to say, but I would say probably today. I don't know. I really, really, really like Balloon Head, which is a weird song, but I just really like the concept and the creativity that Bam Bam, the Voodoo Child, Enoch, and Hirschman brought to that song. So like I think it's not my best song, but I had a really fun time making that, and I like conceptually where it went. Um, but I don't know. I got so many right now. It's really hard to say my favorite. My favorite's gonna probably be Alien Thuglo Anthem, but it's not done yet. But I'm planning on get Ricci Mac on that. So I just have a feeling it's gonna become one that I was like, like it's like a pyramid, building up to this thing. So I like all my songs. I really like this song Dreadator I just made with Cartoon and Smalls Ones. So it's hard to say, man. They're
Okay.
all so different. It's
How,
really weird.
well, then, how about a song that you would recommend to somebody that doesn't know who you are and you're trying to get them hooked on your music or hip to your music?
I would say Dead Last in that regard. Dead Last has me, Darby, Acetone Boogie, Enoch X Mortis, Cartoon Bondurant, Dick Chris, Yami, Triple MFD. So there's like 9 people on that track. It's kind of like a cipher, um,
Right.
but it's got a hook, so it's interesting.
Okay.
Yeah,
Uh,
Dead Last is one of my better songs too.
Now I just asked you about pretty much your thoughts on like if you're trying to make a living on it or whatever. But as an artist, I got to ask you this question. I ask everybody, obviously. Uh, Realistically, where do you see yourself in 5 years? What's your 5 year plan as an artist? Do you want to be signed? Are you going to be on your own label? Are you still just going to be underground, putting out tracks, independent style? Uh, I mean,
I'm hoping that I can write out this acid cult thing. I kind of just force myself in. They're usually like invite only and they do a big ceremony, but I fuck with them so heavy that I think they've just accepted me at this point. So I'm hoping that that's the case. If not, it would be really nice to get signed to like Psychopathic Records, obviously, but they're not going to.
right.
Chapter 17 doesn't really do that, and I don't know how heavy those guys like would mess with me. I'm a different thing, so I'd be bringing a different like I'd be they're already targeted towards most young jugs, so I don't know. I think my music will probably be picked up more so by young jugs because of how I have these Mikey Clark beats. I think older people seem to like the like more produced, the more trap beats these days. And I do have a couple of those, but I'm not really that good at that because I don't use Fruity Loops. So I
Right.
think that because of like the program I use versus what modern modernly is used, I think that's a big setback. Um,
Nate just said, I'm just an acid cult wannabe.
yeah, I mean that's kind of what
you,
happened with me, but
bro,
like I
your
said, I just work
security.
with yeah,
That
here's
Jug Devin C17, whoop whoop, what up? I need to get better at giving shout outs as y'all come in here. So, Billy, Devin, Nate, you've been here a while, but thanks for being here since the beginning. I tell Woody Woo what's up. I don't think I missed too many people. Swig, Centra, whoop whoop, what up if you're still in here, homie? I appreciate everybody showing up for this, man.
yes,
But,
sir. Appreciate you guys. Yeah, in five
uh,
years though, I would really just love to be on main stage with all the finest lads just like giving me net and Armageddon, just squirting me to death. That would be perfect. My baby would be fine with that. So
All right. So if not music, then what? I reckon you would just still be doing the solar panels thing, right? And jugging.
yeah, I
Or
feel
do you
like
or do you or do you have another hobby that we don't know about that you're very passionate about that you could turn into a passive income or whatever?
I've tried certain things. Like I've tried to do like snake breeding and I've tried these side things, but they always just end up becoming more of a passion. And like, yeah, I might make a little bit of money from it, but I'm spending all my time doing it that like I
It
could just go
doesn't
do a
even
side
out.
job. I could just do a normal
Yeah.
side job with electrical. I don't want to do those things. So I don't want to go on my weekend and go work on somebody's fucking house.
Right.
I mean, I'll do it for a friend, but I'm not trying to do that for money. I don't know. I'm kind of like paper ain't shit use amongst the dead type dude, you know? I do make a good bit though, so it funds all the features. Features aren't cheap, but they're definitely worth it, you know?
Right, I feel it. Crows up. What's up, Apollo? Whoop whoop. Thanks for coming in, homie. It's nice to see a moderator in here. Um, Shout out to my homie Widget though. He poor man can't pay his phone bill right now, or I know he'd be in here. There could be just one homie in here, and Widget would be in that chat. Boy, that's the homie.
Yeah.
Um. Okay. Where did we just get it? If not music. Okay. What did you want to be as a kid? Was it an artist, or was it a solar panel worker dude, or whatever you call yourself, or maybe you wanted to be an astronaut or a firefighter?
It was definitely a professional wrestler. So I wanted to be like X-Pac or one of the smaller like wrestler dudes. I was super into it. I had a wrestling ring, man. Like I built a wrestling ring in my backyard with my dad. I got videos of it. I just got to get them clean because they're all fucked up from a house fire. My house burnt down on Christmas whenever I was younger. But yeah, I had this
Damn.
wrestling ring. Yeah, man, we've had some weird shit happen in my life. But yeah, I've had these I had this old VHS-C tapes that I gotta get restored. Yeah, once I get them restored, I'll probably put them in music videos and stuff like that, so people can see me like vertically suplexing people and doing like all these crazy ass shits.
That would be dope, bruh. Be that old
Yeah,
school, new school type beat. And just for the record, I'd be watching VHS movies still on my VCR. Thank you very much.
yeah, me too, bro.
But that's
Uh,
that's crazy.
yeah, I'd say a
I feel it.
professional wrestler though. That's what I was into, man. I was always into that, or like I was into music, but it was more like thinking I'd be more like Marilyn Manson or something. Not so much horrorcore, or so like
Right, right.
like
Um,
emo shit. I don't know.
Believe it or not, Wiggles wanted to be a cop. That was short lived till I was about 9, and then that
Yeah,
went out the window. But you know, that I think that happens to a lot of us. Anywho,
yeah, you want to help, but then
uh,
you realize this shit ain't all that
that's what it
fucking.
was. Real talk. I really do got a heart for. I guess my people. I don't really. I'm getting better at it. I love everybody that deserves it. I guess. Uh,
Yeah, I mean,
at any rate, no, I'm just
I
being an
tried
asshole
to.
there. Dude, I really used to hate people, man. It took me a long time to get where I am today and the loving, caring, empathetic person because I just didn't care. My life was pretty rocky too, and I'm just, in the last 5 years have I been trying to turn over a new leaf. You know what I'm saying in my life and do better and whatever.
I
So,
think you're doing
yeah.
good, man.
Um. Okay, so next question is kind of loaded. Have you played the Gathering of the Juggalos and or been to the Gathering, and if so, how many times on both accords?
I have not played there yet. I had a chance to do a like parking lot set, but I wasn't really ready. And but I played Gorefest shortly after the gathering. I've been to
Hell
one
yeah.
gather. I've been to one gathering. I skipped on the first one back in 2000. I should have went to it, and ever since then, I just came up with an excuse. Or I just didn't have money, man. Like
Right.
I built power plants, and then I stopped that and went back home. And when you go back to my hometown, you're just stuck. I mean, so
Right, right.
you
No,
know, you
that's what
gotta
I
get.
told myself too. Like, oh, I'm just making an excuse, but really, it was just like I feel like the cards. It wasn't, wasn't the right time for me. And the carnival provided last year, I needed that more than anything. That was like the final step to my reset. You know what I'm saying? I needed that so much. Like just the feeling that you get when you get on the grounds and then you get into those gates and you're walking,
Yeah,
looking, even if you don't know where you're going to camp, bro. It's overwhelming of just love and happiness, and like you let your guard down completely. Like you go from being on like 100 to just zero in the sense of defense, like because there's really not too much need. Like maybe not zero, you still kind of little alert, but you know what I'm saying. Like you
Yeah,
experienced it, you know. So it's
yeah.
something like nothing before, and it's hard to explain. People, you just need to go.
That's why everyone says they're not gonna miss a year after they go because you're not really worried about your shit getting stolen. You're not worried about any of these things. You got homies watching you. You know, like I
Right,
went with my friend Ronnie, and she almost slept through it, but I woke her ass up. I was like, "Come on, let's go." So she hopped in. We bailed up there, and I was a little bit like I wouldn't say nervous, but maybe just feeling not at ease yet. I was just trying to fill it out still. I was still like on edge of what
right,
is this and shit because it was a parking lot party. And then I would say a few hours into that, I was pretty good. And then like I'm glad I had that time to get ready because then once gates opened, I was ready to gather. You know what I mean? I wasn't like worried about the little things that were going on at home anymore. I was in gather mode. But I
right.
do remember. I remember seeing you a couple of times. I got a picture with you. We chilled for a minute, and
Hell yeah.
you were at the Juggalo flea market. So that was pretty cool.
Yo, man, and that's just it. I haven't been doing projects like I did that year before, so I'm probably not doing the flea market this year. Like, I might do some and be like, look, y'all, this is what I have. If you want me to bring it and you're gonna buy it on site, cool.
I
Otherwise,
think
like, that took away from shit that I could have been doing, and like, that's one thing. And everybody says it. It doesn't matter. Like, you're never gonna get to do everything, but you can arrange and maybe do something different, or like there's so much going on, like you just got
right.
to strategize and pick what I guess works and fits and what you really want to see. But
I'm
yeah,
glad I
so
chill. I'm glad I chill with the homies I did. Like right when I got in, I ran into Nate and Devin who's in chat, and we chilled big. Like the first couple of days, we kept running into each other throughout it. So like I never consider any of those times really a race thing. You know what I mean? It wasn't like I was missing
mhm,
out, but I will say I wish I would have prioritized seeing a couple things that I just let slip through. You know what I mean? Like I wanted to see
right,
some of my homies perform,
not
and I missed it. Just little things.
exactly, not waste, but yeah, like other people that you
Yeah,
really, so like I didn't get to watch Humble
right,
perform and Will Gates. I wish I would have watched that. You know what I'm saying?
right,
At
yeah,
camp, and Ruby performed at
right,
camp type beat, and I didn't get to see cartoons like Cartoon and Enoch off stage performance, and like there's shit I know that I was missing because I was over here doing this, or not that it's hard to say one is better than, but it's like, oh, and that's like, as you're saying, you walked around, you were seeing people, Nate and Devin kind of, you kept seeing or kind of hanging out with. Like, I was trying to see everybody, and I probably did see everybody, yet I didn't get pictures with everybody. I was hugging everybody, running up like, ah! But like, there's people that I knew. I seen it. Like we made eye contact, and maybe a whoop or a smile. But I didn't get that freaking selfie, or you know what I'm saying? Like it's like So like this year, I swear to God, everybody just come find me and let's just do a lineup of selfies. I'm just gonna go running by people. Snap, snap, snap. Oh, you didn't want a selfie? Sorry. Snap.
right.
Like,
Hey,
fuck.
that's the way to be, man. That's how I remembered a lot of people. Some people were like, "Wait a second, I see my feet in your picture," and I was like, "Wait a second, that's my backyard." Like, and now we're friends now, you know. So, yeah, man, it
Right.
works out.
Hell yeah. All right. I can talk about that all day, man. We can just go on, but this interview is about you. If you could collaborate with any artist, say like, because you got some lined up, bro, and that's dope. But the question is any artist that you haven't yet before mainstream. So, like, maybe give us one that you think is untouchable, perhaps, or something. And then, yeah, I mean, you got artists lined up that you just said earlier. But if there's one that you ain't got lined up, an underground artist or something. But yeah, somebody you could collab with. Who
I
would
would
you?
I would say maybe Beth Rogers from Portishead. She's a weird choice for most people, but for me, she's like she just fits trip hop beats and horrorcore beats so good. And I've been listening to her for so long that I just think that would be the most meaningful one. I got a collab with Sergio, the sexy sax man Flores, and I don't know if you know who that is, but he's the dude who plays Careless Whispers to the Baby and shit. So
No
like,
shit.
yeah, and he's got like yeah, I know, right? He's got like 44 million views on one video. So like I was happy to get him though because he was in a band called The Faceless, which is like death metal, but like he's my favorite saxophone player. So to have two tracks with him, that was super big for me. Same with Charles Caswell of Buried Alive. Like he's a really good guitarist, and I was just really happy to get him because a lot of these dudes they got like 100+ thousand subscribers. You know, they're way up there in subscribers. To have
And
them
these
mess with
happened
me and my
recently.
well, yeah, actually, Sergio was one of my third or fourth people. I got Michael Lawless and Yami, Midnight Yami, and then I got Sergio. So he happened really quick, but I think he just liked me for talking about his work on a previous project of his a long time ago. I, Most people call him for the sexy saxgram. They want him to come and play the saxophone dressed up in his like gimmick. So like the fact that I just wanted him on my song, I think, and I was very like patient. I wasn't rushing or nothing. I think that's what made him get on both of them with me. You know what I mean,
Dude, that's
yeah,
that's what's up.
because I'm definitely not known, and the song isn't great, and he knows that. But like, it was more just trying to build a character, and I think he just got on board with me. So I think it worked
So,
out.
without, I mean, telling me too much or whatever, like, how did you contact him? Like via email? Because I'm telling you, that's me. I try to take a chance. I'll shoot my shot with artists, and even though I did get ghosted, like the artist Chains, I don't know if you know who he is. He has a song "Rap Devil." When MGK dissed Eminem, he created the song "Rap Devil" to cop back to it or whatever. It's got like a million freaking plays on Spotify. It's stupid.
Yeah,
But I messaged him trying to get him on for an interview type beat. And he replied and everything, and shit was cool. And then he ghosted me. But my point in saying that is like I got Ritz's cousin on, and he's just coming into the rap game, and I'm sure eventually he'll get a little bit of that credit, and maybe he'll have his cousin on a song, and maybe that will eventually trickle down or whatever. But my point is like you can't be afraid. You got to shoot your shot, and obviously be respectful about it and who you're trying to contact and stuff. And you know, uh, you never will know unless you try. And I think that's what I'm getting at. I think it's cool that you got some of these people that otherwise maybe wouldn't have, but either they liked what you're doing or respected how you went about it or whatever. So that's really cool.
yeah. I would say the main thing that helped me was just sometimes I would buy a piece of their merch if they have that available, and then I would just write back and I would say, "Look, I'm not. I don't want to return the merchandise or anything. I'm just trying to get in contact with you for a feature. If you have rates or something like that." That's usually how I approach it. If they have merch, and I want their merch anyways. If they have the harder thing when you start getting into these managers is they don't really have Facebooks and stuff, so it's just getting the right email. You know what I mean? And
Right.
and I would say I've been turned down by some people just from over talking. Like I got turned down from the All Shall Perish
Oh, cool.
guitarist that was really wanting on my project, but I told him I do like kind of weird dubstep horrorcore type beats, and he just said no, no, no. And that dude, he did like you said, doesn't want nothing to do with me, homie. And that was like
Eh,
a year ago. Maybe he would want to be on the song with Charles, but I would have to bring Charles in first to do this gnarly shred, and then bring that dude in. I learned how to I learned how to work around what I was doing and not put too many words in it because that was really fucking me up. Like they didn't even hear the song yet, and I'm already trying to explain it to them. That's not a good 2 minutes.
Yeah, right, right. I got you. Um, okay, so you went to the gathering last year, so I'm sure obviously you got to meet some artists or whatever. But I asked the question: have you ever met anyone famous to you? And like me, I done the VIP and got to do Armageddon, get on stage and whatnot. So I got to meet the clowns. I've met Ouija a handful of times. You can run into people like Scum and Insane Poetry and Darby just running around the lot, you know what I'm saying? But I try to use my answer. Like I met Pauly Shore before. So have you
I
met
met
anyone famous to you?
Tech 9, but he's in the scene too. But I met
But
Tech.
that's not right. I'm not trying. And I say that like I don't take away from artists. This is
Right.
crazy for us, art music junkies and juggalos, especially when it's a juggalo artist. That's heaven on earth. When it's like we get to meet a piece of the whole fucking pie, dude. So I'm not
Yeah.
taking away from artists. I like to also use I met a comedian slash actor once.
I met Ric Flair as well at one of the restaurants I worked at.
Woo!
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was pretty chill, man. He was pretty chill.
Hell
He
yeah.
was eating the fuck out of some hush puppies, man. I was throwing up shit double time. So he's a big
That's
old man.
dope. Okay. Ric Flair.
Yeah,
And Tech, dude, I haven't even been to a Tech concert yet, so you got me there.
that's how I met him. I met him at the concert. This
Hell
was a long
yeah.
time ago. This was probably back in like 2009 or 10. It was a long time ago.
Hell yeah. That's
Might
when
have
he
been
done that
12.
Wicked Wonka tour or whatever, 2013 or
It might have
something
been around
like
that
that.
time because it was around KOD. I have a really hard time with time frame because I've just done so much crazy shit. You know what I mean? I really have to
I
look it up.
feel, I feel it. It's all good.
Yeah.
What's your favorite color?
I like orange, man. I really think orange is super dope, but I don't know. I think green's cool too. So maybe Halloween colors. I don't know. That's kind of lame, but yeah, I like orange and green, black, green,
What's her favorite colors?
black, green, and purple. This is strawberry. This is Sandy Jane, by the way.
Yeah.
I was gonna introduce her earlier, but I figured we'd just get there.
Yeah, I mean, you're cool. That's you. It's your interview, so it's whatever you want it to be. I try to keep it on point. Obviously, you're proud, so that's
Yeah,
cool.
she's a cool chick.
Um, uh, what's your
One
favorite?
gathering, but I didn't. I was like, that's my boyfriend. I didn't even know him. I'm like, I'm gonna get that one.
She manifested you, homie. She's like,
Yeah, that's what she'd be saying.
yeah, that's dope. What's your favorite domesticated animal and wild type animal?
Probably like probably like a dog, because I mean dogs are just like chill as hell. They just they're they match your energy, So
Cats
probably a
are
dog.
like, oh, here's some water.
Yeah, exactly. I'm a little allergic to cats. I think cats are really intelligent and stuff.
Cats would eat you if you were
But
bigger.
yeah. And then wild animal, probably like this changes. Sometimes probably a white tiger, ultimately a white tiger. Yeah, I remember you saying that. I remember you saying that one time. Ultimately a white tiger. But I really
Yes.
feel the wolf too. The wolf's cool too. Like a dire wolf.
That's a good
I'm like a wolf.
like confusion or whatever you want to call it to have. I'll take it because I love wolves too. But that white tiger, they're not supposed to exist, and they will
Yeah,
lure your ass in and kill you. That's just
yeah,
it. So, and then yeah, I like dogs. I got cats, pit bulls specifically, even though they're butt heads sometimes.
yeah, man. I definitely remember you saying that. I was like, fuck yeah, me and him think the same thing. That's crazy.
Yeah. Uh, Okay, so we're at the bottom of the first page. That means two things. That means one, anybody that is in this chat right now, I really need you to think of some questions. If you know this man, even just ask something personal that you know would be a good answer. Or if you really got a question for him, it can be a goofy, fun question. Da 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 da. I just like to let you guys be included. So if you have any questions, go on and put them in the chat. Meanwhile, I am going to ask you, being in the underground scene, how do you try to separate yourself from other artists?
I would say I'm trying to include artists more than separate myself. So like it's a weird thing. I think my beats kind of do that, not by choice. I wasn't wanting that per se, but they just don't sound like everyone else's. It's kind of like its own thing. Yeah, and then but I would say like it's really hard to carve yourself out in the horrorcore scene because there's just everyone's something here. They're all talented. Like we all bring something to the table. I tried to say that beforehand. Like even my fucking unsigned homies are talented. So
Right,
just because
right.
they're not on a label don't mean they're not spitting pure fire, you know what I mean? So it's wild, dude. I think I think it would be a lot further along if we weren't all competing for the same few people that like it. You know what I mean? Like, there's not many
Right.
people. There's supply and demand issue whenever it comes to that. So it's hard to set yourself out when it's carved around
I
clowns and killing and stuff. But I would say my beats just sound different, man. They really do. They're weird.
I think you definitely set yourself differently from the crowd by actually trying to include as many people as possible. You're probably not overcharging or anything on a feature or something. It sounds like you're just trying to get the homies together and make some shit for the consumer, us jugs and even non-jugs that just like to enjoy music but don't make music or whatever. And I think that within itself is something, different because I don't know too many artists. Evil Cook, okay, he's the other homie that I've actually seen like do that and not ask for a fucking dollar. To my recollection, anyhow, you know what I'm saying? I didn't have to pay him to get my little feature on there. I'm just like, let Wiggles get on. And he said, okay,
Yeah,
so
most people aren't in it just to do what they said. You know what I mean? Like, there's always some intention for them. Like they're like, okay, well, I'll do that because it'll lead me to this. And I'm that way too. Don't get me wrong. Don't think I'm
that's
not
the
sitting
name of
there
the
trying.
game.
Right. But I think you could do that
Listen,
respectfully.
Evil, make $1 on Wiggles if it's possible. You would make me so happy.
And I think there's a time and a place for that, man. I think once you get to a point where you're getting, 25,000 views on a song in 3 months or something, you know what I mean? Like Tune and Enoch are and Will Gates and all these homies that are like established in there. I think they have room to, ask for what they want, and then they also have room to be flexible within that. Like they work with people's budget, man. Most of them I didn't ask for a homie discount. In fact, a lot of them tried to give me a discount, and like I don't really like that, man. Like I want to support my homies. Like if I don't
It's
want them to
like
do it
paying
for
your
nothing.
dues for your
Yeah, and I don't,
craft or whatever.
yeah, and I don't want them to do it for nothing. I want them to every single one of them, like Hearstman, Mike Tech, a lot of these guys like offered to come in and do more with me without charging me as much, but I don't want them to feel taken advantage of because they're worth that money, you know what I mean? Like everybody on my
Right.
project's been paid so far. I don't want to take any free work from them because uh, they deserve that, you know. As
You're just you're a good dude, man. You're humble, and that's a cool thing to have and hold on to. I absolutely get it, and all the people you mentioned are well worth their time. I don't know what everybody be charging, but the ones that I know just kind of not personally, but personally, I don't know, Cartoon and Mike Tech, and they're definitely they deserve. I reckon what they feel they're worth, perhaps,
yeah,
or
more
whatever,
more
and
than more than reasonable to me, man. Most people in the horrorcore scene are charging around 100, you know, and then some of the ones that are doing more things and making more moves, doing more shows, signed, etc., they're charging a little more. You can go anywhere from 250 to 500. I paid $1,000 before, but like I said, that was for some of these people that have 100,000 plus subscribers. So
well, okay, yeah,
uh,
that definitely makes sense. I don't know how true it is. I heard for like Ouija, it's like 5 stacks or some shit. I don't know if that's true.
I think if he fucked with the beat and you were just trying to get like an easy 8 or 16, you could probably get it for 2,500. Honestly, I feel like that's fair in most cases, but again, I don't know because I haven't talked to Kevin Buck like that. I want to, but I just haven't had the
Right,
opportunity. So I'm getting there, man. There's levels to this shit for real, like everything in life. So
right.
I'm not just going up either. Like I said, I'm just kind of doing my own thing, having fun with it. I'm not really. I've wanted it to be as
A lot of
organic as
people are like,
possible.
how many fucking people did you just
I don't want
say?
somebody taking my money and just getting on the shit and giving me trash. Like I wanted the people that wanted to be on it, and get
Right,
paid for it. You know what I mean?
right.
A lot of
Absolutely.
them said no.
Somebody that's gonna take you serious to apply themselves seriously, and yeah,
Yeah, and I mean, dude, I'm telling you, some of these guys like Bam Bam writes some of the craziest shit. His concepts. If I give him a concept,
Oh
the
yes.
poetry that he puts into it sometimes will paint a picture in your brain that like I can then take that and give it to somebody, and that is the cover. Same with like all these guys, Enoch, fucking Nate XL, all these guys can just say a line of words, and then you get this image in your head, and it's hard to get that image out. And I just like that about it.
Don't write
right.
it. Let him do it.
Um. All right. Next question. I didn't see nobody drop nothing. I don't think. I want more pics of ninjas this year.
Yeah, I got a
I know
ton left.
Nate asked a question earlier, but it ties in with the question we're gonna get to, so I'm gonna hold off on that one. Um, sorry, what did you say?
Oh yeah, I've just been like I said, I want to get into more of like a larger concept eventually. I'm trying to build all these characters. Like this is one of my characters, Gunner, right here. I've got Space Trash. I've got a lot of these characters, and then Balloonhead's one of them. So like, I think the idea is kind of like how the clowns did it. Like the clowns made all of these different characters, like Great Malenko, Amazing Jackal Brothers, etc. I think if you can encapsulate that idea for the newer generation and you can bring in these people like Enoch, who's just very distinguishable and just writes the best metaphors in the world. Cartoon is like a new age, like fucking Eminem, fucking Young White Jesus, you know. Then you've got all of
Right,
us other guys that are like enforcers, like me and Scum and Nate XL. Then you got the poetry guys like Insane Poetry, Bam Bam. It just Smalls one, Chloe Kills. You know what I mean? You bring in this whole different idea. So I think I don't know if it'll have a lot of replay value as far as like a whole thing, but I think people will be able to find like some of the songs that they do like that they can listen to over and over, and then some other
right,
songs that will always remind them of that thing. Like you will always think of Balloon Head when you hear that sound, like that sucking
right.
sound. So it's just
Associate word. Associate.
yeah, and you'll have no
Yeah.
choice, man. It's like okay, wait a second, what the fuck am
Hell yeah,
I? Yeah.
I dig it.
Yeah, and I mean, even
Um,
like it was like a legend in the scene for a while because Cartoon had heard about the song but hadn't heard it. Because Enoch and Bammer was telling him, like, you got to hear this crazy shit, man. Cannot believe we did this shit.
Right. All right. What music did your parents listen to, and do you think it influenced the type of music at all that you make or listen to yourself?
They listen to classic rock, and I mean, I like classic rock a lot, but I listen to ICP. I listen to Slipknot. I listen to like Marilyn Manson, Rage Against the Machine, Offspring. That was more me as a kid. So like I think I think the anti-authority music was really what I was digging. Yeah. Like I
And
was
do they do they have an opinion on ICP, Juggalos, Our World?
my mom thinks it's cool. She's like happy that I found all the homies that I have and I'm doing this now, you know what I mean? Like it's weird
Hell
when
yeah.
people can see you truly happy, like especially if you're like just like plateaued or lost or whatever. I think once the people that love you see you happy, that makes them relieved of whatever anxiety. They're happy for whatever it is. I don't know. I don't know what it is, but they're just
No,
happy to
no,
be
that
there.
makes sense. If they
Yeah,
truly care about you, no matter what it is, well, as long as it ain't harmful, no matter what it is that's making you happy, makes relief for them. I don't know. My mom, my mom, Bible thumping lady. She listened to some country, some classical rock or whatever. My father wasn't in the picture hardly. When he was, it was pretty much the same music or whatnot. I discovered ICP and Our World through my cousin Lindsay. He actually came to live with us when I was like 12, 13, back in 2000. I was, yeah, about 12. And
yeah,
he
definitely
showed up,
cool.
spider braided hair, great Malenko shirt. And I'm like, this dude's weird as fuck. I love it. And that
Yeah,
was it.
yeah.
So,
I
yeah.
I was super into the art of ICP, and then like I really liked the claw picture of them in the bathroom. Just weird shit like that was what was drawing me to it. And then I was already super into wrestling, so SummerSlam '98, like them coming out and everything, and all that shit. I was just super into it, man. That was the height of it. I got into metal and like kind of got out of some of the albums. Like I didn't listen to a lot of like Fearless Fred or any of those, but I went back and listened to them. But I think it's like you know, once a juggalo, always a juggalo. Every time I tell somebody I went to the gathering, if they've been to the gathering, it's like an instant conversation. Like we could be not talking about shit, and then I'm like, "Yeah, I went to the gathering." They're like, "Oh, fuck me too," and it's just done. We're gone for fucking
Yeah.
like 4 hours, you know? It's like, what the fuck?
Right. That shit really happens.
Yeah, dude, it's so
That's
crazy.
awesome.
And
Whoop whoop Sigma. Thanks for stopping in.
hey, that's gonna be
Apollo.
on 2 songs. I got so many people, like I said, man. I could sit here and name people for days. Gingerbread. I feel like I just have not name dropped everyone that should. I have so you know what I mean. It's hard to
Right.
list them all.
I've probably interviewed half of them. I need the
Yeah, you
other
really have.
half.
No, you really have. A lot of them,
King
yes.
Wicked. Yeah, like yeah, all kinds of people.
Yeah,
Like I
cartoon.
said, you're 103. That's crazy. I've done cartoon, Enoch, Brandon Swanger. I've done the whole Acid Cult now. Well,
Yeah,
aside from like, I mean, you're part of Acid Cult or whatever now, so you.
yeah.
But I consider like Nate. I don't know, Nate. Do you got 3 songs out yet, bruh?
Mm.
But yeah, otherwise, I think I've done everybody in Acid Cult.
I heard his
Uh,
song with Bam Bam, and that song is dope as fuck, man. I'm ready for him to drop that one.
who,
My
Nate?
Yeah, he's got a song with Bam. I hope I'm not spilling beans, but yeah, he's got a song with fucking Bam Bam. Really good.
Hell yeah.
Um,
Let's see. Sigma said dankest is going to be legend right there with me. Tony Bizzle and Gingerbread. Will Gates. Man, there's so much dope fam. I'm so blessed to know y'all, man. Yeah, Will Gates, Cheese House, Cheesegate, all of them. I've interviewed him and Ruby.
Yeah, Will was my roommate at Gorefest, so we chilled all. Well, we didn't chill the whole time, but like when we was in the room, we was chilling and shit. So it was
Don't
a cool trip.
forget Evil Can Khan and Zach Pacillo.
My
Evil
metal,
Cook.
my metal influences are because it was asked. My metal influences are All Shall Perish, Between the Buried and Me, uh, Protest the Hero, Periphery. I like Black Dahlia Murder, like all the like heavier stuff. The Artist Murder, Make Them Suffer, etc. So more
Murder,
like
murder, murder, make.
yeah, more like
I'm glad
screaming ICP basically, you know.
that. I appreciate you reading through the chat, bro. I just noticed you directly answered a question. That's dope. I didn't even put it up there for you to see it, so that's cool.
I have fun with it.
Normally I try to click on them and do this and put them on the stage, but
Oh,
if
that's
you can
cool.
see it, feel free to definitely just answer. Anybody in here, this is your moment. Ask him some questions. I'm getting down to my last few in the book before we start our game questions. We're just at an hour and a minute, so it's been an interesting stream. He hasn't held back at all. And I appreciate that. And I've gotten some different answers that normally I don't get or whatever. So I love different. At any rate, so yeah, feel free to put questions in there and he'll answer them as he sees them or I'll pull them up as we go. My next question for you is, do you have any siblings and do they support your music?
Yeah, I got two sisters and a brother. He's my half brother, and then two stepsisters. Yeah, I mean, as much as anyone would, they're not really like into it so much, but they support all the shit I do. Like, they know I'm fucking crazy, man. I've been crazy forever. So, they're just like, oh, okay, well, now you're doing that. All right.
Right,
But,
right, right.
like, I've always been ambitious. I've always wanted to make music. Like when I was younger, I used to carry around like a journal, like a lot of the kids do, and would write down my lyrics and everything. I never really put them onto beats. I just considered them more poetry, and then I'd sing them on open verse beats. You know what I mean? But I never really recorded it or nothing. And then I went and made a little like metal band, but we never recorded either. So I never really took it seriously until my rec. And then whenever I came back from my rec, like I said, I started messing around with the Nintendo Switch because I just wanted to occupy my brain and shit. And I just had a lot of fun making the beats, man. So I moved up with it. I took it a little more seriously, got the iPad, and went from there. So
Absolutely. Apollon said rap influences.
I like obviously Eminem. Everyone loves Eminem. From not everybody, but basically everybody. Tupac, uh, Bone Thug and Harmony, a little bit of Biggie, Obi Trice. I like Tech, ICP, um, and then honestly, a lot of the homies that I've been working with lately, like. These dudes are killing it. Enoch Ex Mortis has some of the craziest metaphors, especially to like horror. I want to be so good at something like that like I I can throw out features like he does. I've got like 10 features with him, and every single one is fire, dude. Like every single time I show somebody that song, they're like, "That's the one I want on," and it's always the case.
Right.
Always the Enoch
Enoch,
song.
he has a different sound, and I didn't even know. I don't remember if he said he could freestyle in our interview, but he freestyled after a show recently, and I got that shit on camera, and it's on my channel. Like that dude is very talented. You're absolutely correct.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many, but yeah, I would say like I said, a lot of people don't really have the talent that underground rap has. Like when you get into some of these other like snake breeding and stuff, there's like four people that run that shit, you know what I mean? And then everyone else just kind of not that good at it. They're just pretty amateur. So like
Right.
here, the top of the pyramid's more like that. man. Like it's like this is where the fuck all the good motherfuckers are, and all the bad ones are down there. So you got to work up through that big shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
Where like everything else is like that, where it's easy once you get up here. This is that. Yeah, it's not that way in underground rap.
Paul said if you could fight anyone dead or alive, who would it be?
Oh man. Fight anyone dead or alive.
I'm about to fight Hitler with no guns. He don't get no weapons. I don't get no weapons. I just want to fucking whoop the dog shit out of him. I don't know. I'm not good put on the spot. I'm not a fighter. I'm a lover. I'll defend myself.
I would probably fight
I do two categories.
like John Jacob, or sorry,
Django,
John.
Django,
Yeah, I would probably do like John Rockefeller Jr. Like one of the big oil rig dudes that like killed everyone with Titanic. I don't know, someone that just really deserved it. Some real, like just douchebag motherfucker. I don't know. And I probably beat his ass up too, cause like he's old and definitely dead now.
Colin said he gets the hands. Hell yeah. If you met a younger version of yourself, say 12, 13 years old, what would you tell yourself, if anything at all?
I would say to pay attention while driving at all times so you don't flip your van and break your neck. I would probably say to spend more time with my family when I was in town instead of chasing pussy every single time, trying to get Ned the whole time. It's like, there's more important things than just getting laid all the time, unfortunately.
Absolutely.
Yeah. What else?
You're just gonna get laid anyway. Might as well.
Yeah, true. I don't.
Dude, it's amazing that you're able to walk and stuff from that. So
Yeah, maybe don't be such a douchebag or a bully all the time. Like maybe just let things go and don't respond. That's probably something I would say.
For sure.
Be more selective with your actions. Yeah.
Yeah, we talked about that. But yeah.
Hell yeah.
You've already had to experience it.
Mm-hmm. All right. So did the skill come natural, or did you have to learn and practice? And obviously, what I mean by that is some people are born with a given talent, and other people have to like practice and learn, and then they become equally competitive in that subject or hobby or whatever. Do you think it came more natural, or it was more of a learning curve?
I would say I'm just naturally good at networking and like getting myself out there. I've always been like not afraid to write somebody and kind of like get the conversation started if need be. So in that regard, I'm not afraid to just be ignored or told no, thank God. And yeah, and I will take into consideration what people say because usually they're not saying it to just be a dick or hurt my feelings. It's truly their opinion. Like they think something's just too high pitched in my song or there's not enough bass or this or that. I try to use those as like a way to get better in a shorter amount of time because that person had to take 4 or 5 years to learn that. If he just told me that in my first 4 months of doing this shit, that just helped me a ton. I shouldn't be mad at that person. I should be thankful. And I tried to say it in that way more. It was hard to, man, because man, I got this voicemail from some people. Sometimes they wouldn't even say it to me. They just leave it like, "Yo, I know we said we were gonna do that, but I can't fuck with this, homie."
Oh,
yeah, it's happened like
tough love. Yeah,
hey,
no, constructive criticism is great for any hobby or whatever. If you can separate if somebody's actually being constructive or if they're just being a dick. Because if you don't care, you don't want to see the people around you succeed. You can just stay the hell away from me. You know what I'm saying? Like don't bring negative to a positive. And that's just I don't know. I interpret people different. I don't know, I suppose. And maybe that's my flaw. Maybe it's assumption and it's not even interpretation. But I tend to read people within my first, like, 5 minutes of meeting you. Like, I get a gist of who you are, the vibe that you're putting off, you're cool people, or if you're just an asshole.
Right. Yeah, and I mean, I've met people on bad days and I've read them wrong, and like sometimes that's a
Right.
good thing because they went from being a dickhead, they could only get better from there. I guess it's better than meeting somebody who's faking being nice. Like I guess this is the way I
Yeah.
look at it too. Like I said earlier, I did not want them to take my money and then give me some shit that neither of us were happy with that I didn't even want to release. You know what I mean? So I'm glad that they helped me, compromise and
Absolutely.
saying, hey, that's not the beat for me or this or that. You know what I mean? It just worked out.
Right. All right. The next question's loaded. Nate, if you're still in the chat, this ties into what you asked earlier. Nate asked about your name, and this kind of just ties that in with like a whole double thing. So, at any rate, who or what inspired slash came up with your stage name, and then your logo if you have one. So, do you have a logo that is identifiably Dankest Magic, that if it's on a hat or shirt, whatever, somebody knows it's you? So, it's kind of a two-part question.
Yeah,
Young boy.
yeah, I basically played a lot of World of Warcraft, and so I would make characters and stuff. And like when you're trying to make characters, you can't always get the names you want. But I never wanted to put symbols, so Dankest Magic was one of my characters on there. So like whenever I was going through like what I wanted to name myself as an artist, it was like a toss up between a couple, but I just stuck with Dankest Magic because I think, like it just fits with the whole carnival and everything. I actually almost got in a fight with someone at Gorefest. He's a homie now, but he straight up thought I was a magician, and he was like, "What the fuck? I'm
Yeah.
the only magician here." I was like, "Nah, dude, I looked you up." So I just thought it was funny that like
Ah,
yeah, there's almost like the prestige, like another magician fight. So the night works
that's
out, man.
that's crazy. Over a
Yeah,
name?
yeah. No, he said he looked me up. His name's Brett. I'm trying to remember it. It's been a minute. I'm sure I'll remember it after the interview. But anyways, he uh he looked me up and he was like, "What the hell, man? I thought you were gonna come here and try to do magic tricks." And then he did some magic tricks on me. He fucked me all up, dude. It was good.
Oh,
It was good.
there's only room for one. No.
Yeah, he really felt that way too out there. I don't think he was kidding.
Oh shit! Heads up, anybody going there? Don't do magic. No. Uh.
But yeah, that was
Okay.
basically it. Ned and Boy came around because I was just kind of like trying to do the single thing and put myself out there. So I was flirting a lot, I was talking a lot, hoping to meet somebody that lived near me because how we're all just spread the fuck out all over. So I was just kind of doing that, and then I made this goofy beat, and I started. Hearst Man always calls himself Hearst Boy, so I was like, I gotta come up with something like that. I was like, Madden Boy, that's kind of gonna be it, and it just kind of stuck, man. So I got a whole song like written about that shit. That every time I post those lyrics, somebody writes me, and they're like, dude, I actually really like those. So it's kind of funny.
That's dope. Hurst is legendary. I love that man.
Yeah,
I haven't seen a
yeah,
lot from him lately. I hope he's doing okay, honestly. I'm
yeah.
in plenty of chats that he's in, and I don't think I've seen him chatting it up. I know, sadly, rest in peace, he lost his grandfather a little while back and whatnot. But I was excited when he told me he was putting me in a song. My little video clip, like jumping up and down, or what the heck ever,
I'm in
and
that. I'm in that
whatnot.
video too, bro. Me and you are in the same video.
Yeah,
Yeah, a little clip of me doing it
yeah.
real quick. Like it's just like
Okay,
back up.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I was like, what
right.
the
And
fuck?
my clips randomly, I'm just like this, like he just caught me dancing or some shit, but whatever, it worked. Yeah, Hearst is awesome. He's got a different sound to him too.
Dude, he has a sick flow, man. Like that fucking guy can get on some really good rhyme schemes too. Like he just kills it.
Flashcat actually asked a random question, so I'll put it up there. What's your secret talent?
Um, uh, uh,
She's
probably.
giggling. She's like, "Ah, not that one, lady. Something he can tell us."
I would say so. I would say saran wrapping chicks to the bars up there, but that's not too secret anymore. So I guess what the fuck is my? Oh, I can drive while asleep.
Oh my god!
Oh shit! That's craziness.
I can drive like 45
Like,
minutes while asleep.
15-minute nap. I'm like, you to work?
Man.
Yeah, I was like on the other side, but
Yeah, I
I
could drive. I
made it.
can.
Listen, I told you we could do the stream a different time. Don't be sleep driving on me, homie. We need you alive. Crazy. How about this? I don't ask this too often, and it's not even in my book. Do you believe in any conspiracy theories or anything?
Yeah, I pretty much think they're all at this point. Like at one point, I would tell you none of them, but at this point, I would say I'm pretty sure they lie about everything. So yeah, I
So
believe the
Bigfoot's
humanity theory.
real.
Possibly. I mean, here's the thing. There's so many people that purposefully go missing that I just don't know if that's just like a reason to give. Like
Right.
The Bermuda Triangle is right where NASA shoots their fucking rockets, right? So the rocket goes up and it could just go right in that water. And if it did
Right.
and you were there at the wrong time and you saw it, you probably ain't coming back. You know what I mean? Or if they don't want you in a certain area, it's like Scooby Doo. If they try to make something look like a fucking ghost house or whatever, they're probably hiding some shit. You know what I mean? So I don't know.
There's also something about right there in that spot is the deepest part of the ocean
Right,
measured into the core of the earth. Like
right.
something about that. And if you was to dive down there, you would flatten by the time you got
Yeah,
so
the
far or
pressure.
something about the yeah,
Right.
so but
Yeah,
animals live down there. Like
yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't
And like
know. So
And like as
yeah.
far as like if we can like say certain things are like around, but we can't recreate Earth's magnetic field, but we can do a ring magnet. So like we can do north in the middle and south all around the outside. So like it really makes me wonder how much capabilities we truly have. If we can't even get to the bottom of the ocean, that's only 8 miles, right? How the fuck are we
Right.
going fucking 800,000 miles the other way on some shit we don't even live on? That don't even make a little bit of sense to me, bro.
No, he said not even a little. Yeah, bro,
It's not
what?
even a fucking manned mission,
Man,
right? We can't even get a non-man mission thing down there, but they're just all
that's
fucking
it's because he used the PlayStation controller. No, I'm
right.
fucking
Exactly, dude. Get the fuck
stupid
out.
shit. Listen, the worst
Yeah,
part about that whole thing was there was a boy that did not want to go on that, and his father made him, and they died.
that's crazy, man.
That's what's fucked up about that whole recent submarine trip to the
Yeah.
bottom or attempt. Like,
Here's the
get
thing,
the
man.
fuck out of here.
I don't even know if the whole world's like a stage. Like when you really think about it, they like how do we even know JFK was killed? That could have been his body double because the way his wife looked, she ran away from that motherfucker right away. She wanted nothing to do with him. So like I don't even think it was him. I think he killed that motherfucker, right? Then I think he went
Wait, wasn't
underground.
JFK assassinated in the car going down that fucking road?
I don't think it was him. I don't think it was him.
Yeah.
I
It
think
was some other
JFK.
guy.
Oh yeah, he killed his body double. I think JFK killed his own body double because then all of his family dies, right? But you can't find any of their bodies. His son dies in a plane crash, and he's one of the best pilots at the time. Like, dude, I just
Bro,
have
and
a problem with certain things. You don't even find his body. You don't even find the black box. Like, you don't find none of this shit. I just have a
I'm
real
gonna
big
uh,
problem that things don't line up right. You know?
I'm gonna add to your theory without even knowing it too. Well, I didn't know about it prior. I watched a video on him, and it shows his wife freaking out at the moment that his head gets shot. She
Yeah,
reaches to the back of the car and grabs what's like brain matter and
right.
like scoops it up type beat.
Well, I
So
think she was trying to run. I think she was trying to run. She's trying to run, but she's slipping. And I don't think she thought they were gonna kill him. She wasn't in on the killing him part, but that's why she lived and didn't go. That's why she lived and didn't go undercover, man. I think he took the family members that he was meant to, and I think he created this thing like Camelot because he was super into King Arthur and like the Knights Templar and shit. And that's like what they
right,
did to infiltrate the city. They fucking fake their death and then boom. So I don't know, man. It really makes me wonder
Sigma
whenever I start digging more into shit. You know?
I love the Wi
Sigma
Fi.
said they
I
lied.
watch Wi Fi's all the time. If y'all watch Wi
They
Fi,
lied.
fucking that's what's up.
They lied about the moon landing and all that shit. I watched a video. The dude that supposedly landed on the moon said he didn't land on the moon, but I don't know
Right.
how true. Like when you go breaking down conspiracies, you almost break down your gravity or what you're holding on to as like solitude because
Right.
then you know what I'm saying? Like, well, if this ain't real, what if what I'm watching ain't real that made me think it's not real? Like,
Well, it's
where's the
not. None
true
of it is.
faker?
Yeah, none of it is.
Yeah.
All the shit before all that is real. So the shit that was real for 1500 years, Claudius Ptolemy's Tetrabiblos, all that shit is real. Like it can be proven, it's recorded, it still happens every single day throughout all recorded history. The shit that they
Right.
try to claim now is all theoretical science that's bullshit. It doesn't line up whenever you really test it and try it. Like none of that shit is real, man. Like when you go watch the moon landings, they tell on themselves. So if you go watch the Apollo 16 lunar launch, you can hear a bell, like you can hear the thing go, and you can see sparkles and shit. You're not supposed to see fire and vacuum space or hear the sound of it. And they're the ones that tell us this. And then when we recreate vacuum space, you can put a bell in there and the bell will be going off. You can see it going off, but you can't hear it until you come out of zero atmospheres. And then once you come out of that, you can hear it. You know what I mean? So like they're telling
Right.
themselves with their own shit. Who the fuck was on the moon panning up as the thing was leaving? You know what I mean? They just left the fucking guy. Like I
My
don't know.
butt.
See ya. Take one for the team.
So I
That's
wasn't
great.
big on conspiracies until around 2017, but around 2017, I tried to challenge this shit, and I went down the rabbit hole. And man, they're lying like motherfuckers. It's that easy. They're definitely lying about everything. So they're lying about the land that we have on this object that we live on. They're lying about
And
fucking
the aliens
everything.
again.
Everything, dude. Why would they give us knowledge? First off, it makes no sense. Like, they treat
Right,
us like
right.
shit. Yeah, they treat
The
us like
aliens are not come
modern
down
day
and be like,
wage
I'm gonna
slaves.
fuck
They
that
take our
monkey.
money right when they give it to us. They're like, "Here's your money, but wait, let me take 30% of it," and then they fucking tax you more on your gas and your food and your alcohol and your cigarettes and
Right,
whatever the fuck
right.
you want. It's getting taxed too. And then the people that sold it to you, they're getting taxed fucking too. So the same money's getting taxed 3 times. You know, it's just crazy. It's a wage slave system. It's like a way to keep you from revolting.
Absolutely. Maybe I don't know. I try again with that. I try to find some kind of like there has to be a cost, right? We can't do everything for free. Life can't be free. But why not? Like I swear, I still just go back on like the basic necessities. The basic
Yeah,
version of everything should almost be free or little to nothing. Now, if you want the Lamborghini, pay for it. You know what I'm
right,
saying? If you
right,
want the iPhone, pay for it. But a basic phone in today's modern society that everybody needs for work, for emergencies, for what the fuck ever, you know what I'm saying? Like you should be able to acquire that and not have to pay $100 a month and $1,000 for the phone, and you know what I'm saying? Or you shouldn't be paying for food that is just your basic necessities, junk food and shit like that. I think we should pay for, but you know, like some basic meal concepts, and but that would never work either. That'd never work in their eyes. Blah 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 blah. But that's my
Well,
little brain worm on that.
you would think we would want something for ourselves like that. You would think we would want like a natural deep freezer. Everyone has like a deep freezer in their house to, or like at least a freezer to keep food in, right? So like we
Right.
have Antarctica, we have Siberia, we have all these areas that are naturally permafrost. They never thaw. So like you could just build silos, take all the extra food there instead of wasting it. And then you have a natural deep freezer that would end world hunger first off. Like that would end the need. And then what happens if we do need it? What if there's a catastrophe? Don't you think they have a deep freezer at their house? Don't you think they have a storage and shit and they've got a silo and all these rich motherfuckers? Why do they think
Right.
they need it? Why do they think they need it? Probably because they do need it at some point, maybe like the Great Depression or whatever, the reset. So like, I don't know, man. I'm not so crazy that I have to like be a prepper, but at the same time, I'm conscious that I think it's real. I think there's a
If we
potential
print
for a
the
reset, and we don't even have like we could have a fucking deep freezer or something. Hey, what's up, Holly? Whoop whoop. That's the
That's what I
homie
was
Holly.
doing. That's what I was smart.
whoa whoa, sorry, I didn't even was here. Come in here. I would, and then I hit the wrong thing. I was gonna highlight her comment there.
Yeah, she does killer content too. She like does a lot of different reels, and she's really good at effects and
You need to
edits
get
and
that
stuff.
photo
She
shoot
kills it,
done,
man.
girl.
Yeah, she's real pretty too. But
Hell yeah.
Gotta get you one of these. Which one? You want this one?
yeah.
Which one?
Hell yeah. All right, man.
I,
We're gonna jump. Oh, go ahead.
I saw you at Juggalo Ohio 3, but it was so loud in there. I saw you up top. I was gonna fucking say hey, but we were
Bro,
walking
see,
through.
that's my problem. I go to concerts and I try to see everybody and I try to do everything, and I just suck. I'm a horrible homie.
Nah, there's just too
No,
many people there, bro. It was bad.
bro. My old lady wasn't feeling too hot either. So yeah, we were up top. I didn't go down to the bottom except for like four different times. Three of which I was going outside to smoke, you know what I'm saying, and catch a couple people or whatever that I seen out there. And then the one time was when Mutiny finally came in and I seen them on the floor and I ran down there and gave them homies a hug. But yeah, my old lady was feeling kind of sick. In fact, half of the show, even up there, we ended up sitting up on the wall, and I didn't get
Yeah.
to like fully watch it. But I mean, I was listening and whatnot. But it worked out. Like I got to stand there and just talk to fucking Darby, bro. He
That's
came
dope.
out of the back room type beat, and he pulls out his phone. I seen him earlier in the night. I'm like, Darby, can I get a picture? I kind of fanboyed him or whatever, and I got that selfie. But then he came out and he stood on the wall, and then out of nowhere, he just pulls a phone out of his pocket and like does a selfie shot or whatever. And then we sit there and we chatted up a little bit. And like, I ain't gonna lie, I'll put it out there publicly. I asked him like what he thought Ouija would say type beat if I asked him about an interview. You know what I'm saying? And he's like, man, we don't do interviews. And like, don't get it twisted. Ouija's done 4 interviews, but ironically, they've all been under like circumstantial timing, like COVID, or he was on tour with ICP, or one of like his first random ass interviews.
Right.
Obviously, I'm a freaking nut rider for C17. I love Ouija to death. I feel like that'd be the ultimate interview. I was gonna ask him, but I at JO3, but I didn't like how the VIP was set up. It was just right there in the middle of the floor, and then
Right.
like Kevin was right there and shit. So
Yeah.
it didn't feel as personal to like ask him. Like when he comes to Indy, you go in a back room with, him, Kevin, maybe Darby in there or whoever. So it's more personal to be able to like talk. So I didn't ask or whatever. And then that moment with Darby, I'm like, well, fuck, I just ask him, And he's like, yeah, we really just don't be doing interviews like that. So who knows? Maybe I'll work them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll work them loose.
I think if you catch him at the right time, I think you could probably get him and Sean. I really do, because they put you on a fucking album, homie. Like, that's pretty big. They don't be doing that for people. So,
right, that was a whole lot of gagging, bro. No, I'm just kidding. Out of nowhere, and I love him. I love him.
I was like, that's fucking dope, bro. I was happy for you, man.
Listen, he sampled it again. This JCW that they just done in Columbus. I think it was Columbus. It might have been Cleveland. Somewhere in Ohio recently. Somebody told me. Like, I didn't hear it. And I watched a good deal of somebody's live stream. But it must have been like at the end or the beginning or just the odd time that they wasn't live. But I guess he used my whoop again or whatever at the show. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, somebody fucking let me hear it.
Well, I didn't want to tell you this, but I actually got Ouija Mac here. And if you want to...
Oh! I love you! What's up, Ouija? Yeah, boy! That's awesome. I just want to say you look like John Wick. He does, kind of. You're right. If he grew his shit out.
Jugwick, yeah.
Yeah. That is so dope.
I get that a lot, actually. I do get that a lot.
Apollon said, Wiggles, did you stop by the Crows? Are you talking about JO3? Where was that? I'm telling you, I done VIP. I ran upstairs. That's where I hung out. Like, I'm a lame ass. I went outside 4 times, like I said, maybe. I did go look at Shaggy the Airhead's booth, and I bought something at Ouija's merch booth or whatever. And then I did see Ruby and Will Gates, obviously, and got selfies and hung out with them for a little spell. But I didn't know y'all had a booth or something, if that's what you're meaning.
I would say the King of Clubs is a cool building, but it just has no ventilation, so it's just like, and then no seating. So like the combination of that is just fucking excruciating. That's just a personal. Hopefully they book me one day, but I doubt it. I'm just saying that fucking shit.
So I noticed though, at least, did you go up top at all?
Yeah, I went up top.
They have some seating up there, like in the back off, which I don't know if you have to be extra cool. I seen Taffy and, Oh, okay. I didn't pay to even go up top, bro. I just went the fuck up there.
I saw these seats.
No, you can go up there. You just gotta pay to have that little chair areas. Because you have a waitress that'll come and or a waiter that'll come and serve you that. So it's like an extension of the bar, essentially.
Okay, that makes sense. Because at one point I seen Taffy not buy Whoop at their seat, and she was just standing over by the bar and on the rail, and that's when I got a picture with her. So yeah. All right, man. We're at these game questions here. I can talk about all these events forever. We could do a whole nother set. Talk with Dankest about the concerts we've been to. But we're going to jump into these game questions, though, and they only take about 10 minutes. We've been live for an hour and 33 minutes, so it's been a decent stream for sure. I hope you're not going to be tired for work, man. I said we could do it another time.
I'm glad later for me, but it was earlier for me. I was all fucked up. I'm not good with the whole time. I usually stay East Coast, so I heard
right.
Time frame, so
I got you. So what time is it for you right now? Like,
I think it's 11. I believe it's 11.
Okay. That's cool. So yeah, this will be perfect. We'll get you wrapped up 10, 15 minutes. Just these little game questions, few little fill in the blanks, yada yada. Plug your links and all that, shout outs and stuff like that. So we're just gonna start. I'm gonna give you one or the other, and you're gonna pick. If you don't like neither of them, I guess you can substitute an option or just say neither. We're gonna start with Twix or Reese's.
Ooh, that's hard. Probably Twix now, but Reese's when I was younger.
Hell yeah. Summer or winter?
Summer.
Day or night?
Night.
Truck or car?
Fuck.
Yeah, truck for it. Yeah, truck. Probably truck now.
You're taking Miss Sweet Thing there out on a date. Are you going for a movie night or roller skating?
Probably roller skating.
All right. Pizza or pasta?
Pasta.
All right. This one's for your fans. Which are you most active on, Facebook or Instagram?
Facebook.
TikTok or X?
You know, I pretty much just do the Facebook thing. I got to get better at the social media shit, but
Mm-hmm.
I'll
Gotta
teach
get
you how
out
to
there.
link it.
Yeah. Listen, TikTok really, the clowns will even admit, TikTok has boosted them. People using your music in their videos, their reels and shit, like that can really, get you out there and your music circulating and
yeah,
stuff like that.
I got
So, okay, now there is another part to this, so just answer the first little thing and then I add to it. So, Pepsi products or Coke products?
Coke.
Okay, and then if it has to be a Fago, what's your go-to?
I really like Moon Mist, but I really like Black Cherry and Red Pop, like the strawberry. I don't know, man. I really like some Fago. So, but I
Yeah.
would say Moon Mist if I just had to just always drink it, because I can drink Moon Mist warm, no
Okay, my go-to is Firework. I really dig it.
problem. Firework is good.
Cotton candy, and just for a solid choice, if you ain't got no fancier, I like the orange. You can't go wrong with an orange Fago. Um, Pie or cake?
Probably pie.
All right.
Cheesecake.
Would you? Yeah, cheesecake's good too.
Pie and
Cheesecake.
cake
Maybe
had a
cheesecake. We'll
baby.
just say cheesecake.
Right. Okay, you have no choice. You got to pick one or the other. You either have to make a 3 mile walk in the rain, or you got to make a 5 mile walk in like the desert, provided enough water that you don't dehydrate and a couple shade spots.
Oh, definitely the rain.
Yeah, I've only had like 3 artists ever pick the desert. One of them being Acetone because he's from Arizona.
Yeah, I mean, I just, I don't know, man. That shit. At least the desert's fairly flat, but at least the one I'm thinking about. If it's got hills and shit, oh, fuck all of that. I am not just.
Man, absolutely. All right. Mexican food or Chinese?
Probably Mexican. I like both, though. They're both fucking
Absolutely. Tacos or burritos? Since you said Mexican.
tacos. Burritos, tacos, locos, man. Those things are fire.
Hell yeah. Surfing or skateboarding?
Skateboarding.
Hell yeah. All right, man. You're given $5,000 cash money, but you have to pick one store and spend it immediately. Where are you going?
A store? Probably, I don't know, maybe Home Depot. Fuck, I guess Home Depot.
What?
All right.
If I got $5,000, what store would I go to? Probably Home Depot.
Oh my god.
I'd be buying weird shit.
Yeah.
I'd probably be adding a double decker on this fucker. We're in my
Oh.
truck right now.
Give me 1 second and I will continue these. I swear, just like my old lady beat on the door type. thing or
Okay.
something. She should have a key, so that don't make no sense to be real. Nicole, what the man? Don't do that. Bro, I'm tweaking out. Anyhow, where were we at? We done the 5K. Yeah. So most people pick like a music store or something like that. Obviously to get like, equipment, basic, whatever. But I've had artists even come up here and say like Walmart because they can get a basic setup, or like Bridget Bites, she said she would buy diapers with $5,000 so that then she don't have to spend her money on the diapers and she can invest it into her music or whatever, however. So it's always fun asking that question, seeing what people say or whatever. But I have three fill in the blanks for you, and we'll get you wrapped up, man. So the first one goes as follows: my favorite vacation was blank.
Gathering of the Juggalos. But if I had to
Absolutely.
say like going somewhere, I don't know,
What
man.
did I miss here?
I guess going to like Tennessee when I was younger, something like that. Going to like the mountains, something like
Mountains have a different.
that. But
So,
gathering of the Juggalos as an adult for sure.
absolutely. The Sigma, you asked something about how come I didn't get these questions. I don't know if our stream ended early or something. Like, did you have to leave sooner than the norm? Like, because normally we get all the way to the end of everything in interviews, unless the artist has to pull out sooner or something like that. So I'm not quite sure. Uh, we was with Sis and Taffy Ruby. Somebody said they're kind of crushing on your girl.
That's clever.
um,
That's why I got her, because I was
What?
crushing on her too.
oh
I'm still crushing on her. She's sexy.
yeah, that shit. See, let the
Yeah.
girl be.
So he got me in the
Yeah,
back of the truck, and I'm like, well,
Yeah, we're sitting in the back of my truck right now. That's the best part about it. I just love it.
that's
yeah, since
beautiful.
January.
Yeah, we'll have to chill at gathering. You'll have to come and get a picture in here with me, man.
The
Do
top
you
has
bring it
like
with you? Is that
I'm gonna
like your
bring it.
camper?
grass on it.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring it,
It's so
dude.
dope.
Yeah, it rides around with me. It's in the back of my truck. Like
Fuck
I'm sitting in the
it.
bed right now. Yeah,
No, that's dope, man. You wouldn't even have guessed, really, if you didn't say nothing.
yeah, it's one of
I
my
fuck with it. I would like to do the van life kind of, except I like a lot of possessions too. So I don't know.
yeah. Yeah,
Um,
I feel that, dude.
like I don't know, just hobbies and pets. You can't have it all. You just have to like minimize your life, and that's cool. It's a free spirit, free way of living too. But
Can you hear me? Okay. I can hear him, but it was like, yeah, I can still hear him. Yeah, she's a cool chick. Sandy, we met on January 17th. So,
can you hear me?
oh yeah, I got you.
My freaking cat hit a Bluetooth speaker in there, and my phone tried to connect it too, and the headphones. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I don't know if you answered, but the bicycle I had most, or recall most as a kid was blank.
Uh, I had like a dope, like I think everybody had this bike. I don't know what kind it was. It was like a Huffy or something, but it it like had all the cool shit on it. It had like the fucking horn and all of it, like the dope horn, like the
Right.
yeah.
That
I
was me.
don't remember though. It got stolen like right away, so I don't fucking remember.
I had a Huffy Rocket was the one I recall, and then the bike I had most was probably a Next or a Mongoose. I had the mags and the pegs on it. I thought I was the coolest dude ever. The last fill in the blank I got for you, my guy, is the best part about the beach is blank, and that is freshwater or saltwater.
I would say like if I'm gonna be at the beach, I want to catch it like. Here's a unique one, I guess. Being in Florida, you can see the sunrise on the East Coast, and then you can drive across to the West Coast and see the sunset.
You go to
So,
Augustine and then go
like,
to
you can kind of do that at Miami, but not really. So, I don't know. I guess the best part is like the breeze and the idea of what else is out there beyond your vision.
I never knew that about the whole sunrise sunset thing.
Yeah,
That's
you could
that's pretty
watch it
cool.
there and drive across the state and watch like watch it set. It's pretty dope. I want to do
Hell
it.
yeah. That'd be cool. You should like try to capture that, bro, and put it in like a music video type beat. That would be
Yeah,
epic.
yeah, it'd be sick.
Um, that's a cool ass answer. Thank you for not saying the same rhetoric. Oh, women in bikinis, which is quite okay. You know what I'm saying? Me and my girl both like to look at women's in bikinis, but that ain't the best part about the beach for me. You know what I'm saying? It's that taking in Mother Nature, putting some toes in the water in the sand, and getting grounded with yourself, and realizing there's nothing bigger than Mother Nature. You'll never beat her. You know, humble yourself and just take it all in, and you can have that in the woods too, or whatever.
Yeah,
Maybe I'm just an old hippie.
I like to get into the ocean and try to like synchronize my breathing with the tide. And if I can do that right, man, I can get so at peace, dude. It's crazy. It's almost like meditation, you know? Like it almost
I
feels
have
like you're at the pulse of the earth or something. It's
I have never been to the ocean, so that's definitely on the bucket list. I've seen Lake Erie, I think, right? Ain't that above Ohio, I believe? Like one of the Great Lakes, and then I've seen some big lakes and stuff in other states, but I've never been to a coastal state, so yeah,
weird.
that's kind of why I asked that
Yeah, you
question.
got to, homie. Florida's dope, bro. It's fun down there. It's a bunch of crazy. You'd fit in good.
Bruh, you got gators and fucking dumb shit just walking around over the road. You got me fucked up. I'm gonna fuck around and forget and it's gonna eat me, bro. I'm walking around with a 22 or something. I'm gonna kill him.
Gators do not get big around here because people poach the fuck out of them and fucking shoot them in the head and cut their tails off and throw them
and
out
fry
the
them
side of the
and
road.
dip them in garlic
Yeah,
butter.
and eat them. Yeah, they do.
Yeah, boy.
They don't even want it for the leather. They want it for the tail.
Yeah.
It's crazy. They'll kill that big fucker and cut their tail off and throw them on the side of the road. You'll
He's
see like a fucking
he's like,
14-foot
babe,
gator. Like, what
that's
the
a
fuck?
gator on the side of the road with his tail missing. I'm like, yo.
Right. Wow. I'd be eating the meat too, but yeah, that's crazy. You guys got iguanas all over too? You got iguanas
in
everywhere?
like in like West Palm and southern Florida, yeah, but not so much northern. Northern Florida is
Okay,
more like
okay.
chill on all that shit.
We got a lot of wild
Yeah, we
pigs
got a
on
lot of
site
hogs and
and
pigs and
boars.
shit. Yeah, a lot of coyotes and shit.
You only have to have a license for
Armadillos,
fishing.
possum. Florida's got like all this shit because everything can live here. Fucking
Right.
bears, panthers, fucking
You got
everything.
bears? I didn't know there are bears in Florida. Where the fuck is a bear gonna live? It's water, beach, concrete, beach, water. What?
It's mainly it's mainly up towards like where Georgia's mountains are and shit, I think. So like
Okay.
they kind of come down from there sometimes, but it's more in the panhandle if I'm not mistaken. I don't really
That's
consider a
cool.
lot of that Florida though, man. It's just like southern Alabama and southern Georgia and shit.
So I've been to like the northernmost tip of Alabama. That's one of the like 7 states I've been to, but not the southern part of it. That's what I mean. I've never got to touch the coast. So at some point, I will most definitely do that. Uh, man, this has been an awesome stream. We've went. It's almost been 2 hours. We've been live. So what I want you
It
to
didn't feel
do
like that, I gotta
is
say.
no, and we could have went longer just on like a couple of those subjects if I didn't push us along.
Right.
Um, You've been incredible, and you're more than welcome back. Anytime you see me live, you want to hop in if it's an open channel, even if it's just to pop in and be like, whoop, whoop, I just dropped this song, da 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 da, and then you dip out or whatever. You're more than welcome. I want you to, shout out anybody you want to shout out. We're going to be getting all of this man's links to anything he wants you to have, his socials, his music platforms. They will be all found in the description of the video. So you'll be able to follow him on all this stuff there. But if you have anybody you want to shout out, you go ahead and shout them out, and I'll do my outro, and we'll get you out of here.
Yeah, man, I just appreciate the opportunity first off. So thanks, Wiggles. That's awesome. Dreadlockjuggalo, I've been watching you since basically you first started. I wanted to see it kind of build into what it has. Man, I can't believe you've done 103 people. That's crazy, homie. So I appreciate you a
Yeah.
lot. Yeah, I appreciate you a lot for that. And then just my acid cold rap homies, all LSP, uh, fucking sinister minded music, all the homies I do music with, man. Like that shit really does help me uh, get to where I want to personally. You know what I mean? It's beyond just making music or making fans or anything. I, I, I truly enjoy it. So. I
Absolutely.
got a I got a channel, I got a Facebook, and then I'm gonna start working on my social media presence a little more. I've just been in the building stage of this album, but yeah, if you guys want to check me out, it's dankestmagic.com. I'm gonna start working on that site again. Uh, put some more on my characters and shit.
Got a bunch of stickers.
And yeah, I got a show going in Orlando and in uh, Atlanta. So it's a Scum Sepatone tour. And then
Absolutely. I need to get some
Tunakakabra.
Dankest Magic stickers.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, I'll send you some. Just give me an address or a PO or whatever. I'll send it out. I got a
Oh
bunch.
yeah, I got that sticker board in my bedroom. That's fucking sick. That
Yeah, it's
is
one of my favorites.
sick.
Yeah, he's kind of wild. I'll send you a bunch so you can check them out, man, for sure. And
Hell yeah.
yeah, if anybody wants to get at me with doing some music, I've got beats. I can get on songs or whatever. So just hit me up. Dankest Magic or Jeremy Quinn on Facebook.
Real quick, Sigma asked you when the Dankest or the acid cult happened. Congrats, my guy.
Yeah, kind of. Okay, so this is what happened. I'll just get over it real quick. So Thick Chris was on an interview and basically said I was in acid cult. It's like, yeah, he's in here. And so I was like, okay, I guess I'm in. And then Toon and Enoch were on an interview, and Toon was like, yeah, he's part of us. And Enoch was like,
Yeah.
I think he is. I don't know. And so like I'm heavily affiliated with them, you know, and I mean acid cult's more of like a lifestyle. That's what Enoch wants with this brand. He's by doing like 20 songs with him and Cartoon and having Chris mess with all my shit and having everybody on it. You know what I mean? I just kind of like bullied my way in a weird way. So
Right. Your camera
yeah.
went dark, my guy. It might be on my end. I can hear you perfectly fine, but right there at the end, your camera just kind of went dark.
Oh, weird. I see
Yes.
myself on my end. That's weird.
Oh wow. So it might be on me. I'm gonna screenshot it, send it to you after. But no, absolutely.
But yeah, homie, I
I
definitely appreciate it, big dog.
Yeah, I was honored to have you come on. I'm sorry I didn't make it happen sooner. Obviously, Swill, he's like, I know him, and that's cool. Swill kind of just refreshed me and was like, hey, put fucking Dank on. Yeah, duh, whatever. So it
That's
wasn't like
awesome, bro.
I wasn't not meaning to or whatever. I want
I
everybody to
never.
come on. I try to reach out to people, and sometimes I get static, but I get people are doing their thing. They're out there trying to. So I can't expect everybody to respond to me immediately or whatever. And then sometimes I forget who I've touched out or reached out to or whatever. So if I've reached out to you at any point in time, just holler at me, remind me or whatever. But no,
Yeah,
it's been
I never
great.
took it personally. Like I said, I saw you doing a lot of interviews. You were doing a ton with my friends. I saw all my homies coming in doing them with you. So like, I never took it personally. I totally knew you were getting your shit done, man. I never try
Right,
to like look at somebody else's success and stuff and be like, why not me? You know what I mean? I
Yeah,
enjoy the channels. I like to have fun with it. So I'm glad I got the opportunity
right.
on here, though. It is definitely,
yeah, it's
like I
really
just
cool,
said,
man.
an opportunity, man. You really do help these underground artists get out there, dude. So I
I
appreciate it.
appreciate it.
Yeah, you should be proud of
Yes.
yourself, man. This thing's
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
Yeah, bro.
I don't know yet, but I'll give me a little tap, little
Yeah,
tap.
bro.
Yeah. Well, thank you. Coming from you and hearing the sincerity, thank you. I appreciate
Yeah,
it.
brother.
But generally speaking, I don't think I've done nothing yet. My goal is that hopefully at least one, you'll get somebody, at least one new fan or viewer. And I've been told by some artists that otherwise didn't really know too much about our culture. However, just on the outskirts of it, like Juggalo adjacent or whatever, for instance, Zach Tier,
Right.
that he's actually seen a difference from being on my channel. And that's crazy to me. And, I appreciate it. I'm forever grateful. That's my whole goal. It ain't about self fame, even though everybody thinks that's what it is and that I don't know, a chauvinistic person. I'm really not. I don't care if I ever become monetized. I am getting close, and I appreciate everybody that really supports me. But I don't care, man. For me, this is me giving back because I gatekeeped my own music for 20 years. If the clowns didn't put it in front of me or they weren't on the radio, I wasn't listening to them. I didn't really care or know about the underground music like I do now. And I feel like I owe it to artists. If there's any way that I can get them seen by a new person or somebody, then I owe it to them. I owe it to myself to learn and get to know you guys and try to get somebody new in your corner or whatever. So that's my whole gimmick. That's the only gimmick there is for Wiggles. I wake up tomorrow. Ouija could put a public post. Fuck Wiggles. All right, man. Because everybody seems to think I do it just because of him, and I appreciate any of the recognition he's given me, but it ain't. I don't. I try not to take it. I don't know how to put it. I try to be
Hey,
humble,
I
but
think you did well with it. Most people would be fucking Rick James and rubbing their feet all over every motherfucker's couch right now. You know what I
it ain't
mean?
that. It definitely ain't that for me, boy. I'm just me. I'm
Uh,
Wiggles
uh,
tomorrow. But
yeah, I mean,
I'm gonna end my stream like I do every time. That hasn't changed. 103 interviews, man. Tell somebody you love them, folks. You don't know who needs to hear that, and it could be you that could alter their way of thinking, help them get through a moment, even for that time being, or even further. You might have an answer to something, you've been through it, and they're not thinking clearly, and you can help them see through it clearly. When I was 19 and homeless, didn't nobody think I was homeless? They just thought I was some dirty kid sitting on a bench. You know what I'm saying? Nobody stopped and said, "Hey, are you okay? Do you need somebody to talk to? Do you need something to eat?" No, that ain't how that went down. We too often just worry about us and stay tunnel vision in what we're doing. And it's okay to look out for number one, but don't go around with all that hate and animosity built up. Don't conspicuously be a prick. You know what I'm saying? Tell somebody you love them. Wiggles loves each and every one of you guys. Everybody that came in this chat, Dankest Magic and Strawberry here. Everybody, because everybody deserves to feel loved at some point in their life. That's all I got for you guys. Dankest, one more time. Thank you so very much, homie. Whoop whoop
thank
to everybody that's came in and supported this man. His links are going to be in the description. Go follow. Go listen to a song tonight, just one song, and start from there. We out of here, y'all. Whoop whoop.
Whoop whoop.